Hello to my Capricorns and happy motivational Monday to each and every one of you. Let's get the cards out here. Happy motivational Monday. I see you mastering something and this is great. I see you mastering Emperor energy. So cardinal signs are initiators, right? If you notice that we're in Capricorn season at the beginning of the year and also closing out the end of the year, right? Get the messages the best way that you know how to get the messages. You all are hardworking zodiac signs, and so when you're trying to master whatever it is you're trying to master, make sure you're putting yourself in places where you have mastered, where you want to master something. Okay, I'm gonna be very, very clear. When you want to master something, put yourself in places where you want to master something. Like if you want to master, let's say, making candles, right? Put yourself in a candle making place for 8 hours a day if you can. Study it for 8 hours a day until you get it the way that you know how to make candles. If you want to write a book, right? Put yourself in and dedicate 8 hours a week or something. 8. Let that be your magic number, the number 8. You have 8 major moon phases within a cycle, right? 29 and a half days. Make 8 your magic number. It doesn't have to be 8 hours a day, but something you're trying to master. Make 8, that's your focus number. You turn it to the side, it can look like eyeballs, right? To like 2 eyes, right? Make that your master plan, the number 8. Okay, 8 is also money exchange. I am going to master something. I'm breaking a generation. 8 is so powerful because it also connects us to death. It connects us with breaking chains. It looks like a chain. You turn it to the side. It connects us with so much, right? It also can connect us to karmic couples, right? One who has succumbed to passive and powerless behavior and one who is egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. Somebody is connected to an energy who is impulsive, aggressive, and also impatient, right? And so you're trying to master something. And if you're trying to master something as a receiving sign, you cannot be connected to a sending sign as a man or a woman who is impulsive, aggressive, and impatient. It's that simple. You're a prayer warrior. Source, give me an Exodus strategy. That's your prayer right there. Or just thank you. That's closing it out right there. Thank you for giving me an Exodus strategy. However you seal it. So, amen. However you seal it, right? But this Monday brings a powerful surge of disciplined focus. You're going through a rebirth because some people don't know how to use, they don't know how to discipline themselves. They don't know how to discipline themselves, and they will use your demons to attack you, to shine a mirror on your face and attack you. Right? So this Monday brings a powerful surge of discipline, focus, renewed inner strength, and aligned opportunity. So this 3-card reading for you highlights where to direct your energy, the force that propels you forward, and the breakthrough waiting to unfold. You'll also receive candle, herb, gemstone, and affirmation guidance to solidify your intentions and support your mind, body, spirit balance for this week. I feel like somebody's waiting for somebody to save them from something. Like in sources, like you're going to have to put a rod in your back. Like somebody's going to have to really, if you're trying to, somebody has been through something 4 times, right? And using you as a pawn. They're using you as a pawn in their game. Like they just moving you around like a chess piece on the board. Whoever you are, okay? This is your motivational Monday, right? As a leader, Libras, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancers are cardinal signs. Y'all initiate the change of seasons. This is where you get into prayer warrior mode. I can send y'all all the pyrites for free. I can send y'all all the love stones for free. I can send y'all prayer manuals. Y'all got a whole Bible for real. If that's what you want to read, start with the book of Psalms. Start there. Pull out your cell phone. Give me some prayer warrior, whatever. If that's what you read. Whatever it is, somebody need to get into prayer warrior mode and master something. Because somebody that you're connected to, all they care about is money. And you are the pawn that they're using for money. And you want somebody else to fight for you, and they're using you as a pawn for money. And that's it. You're dealing with an Aries. You're dealing with 4 people. Either they've been married 4 times, plus they have 4 kids. It's 4 something, right? The number 4 is significant to you. And every time you see the number 4, you're like, oh, I feel protected. Yes, 4 is the number for protection, right? Like you're covered on all sides. But if there's a dark side to number 4 as well in numerology. Light and dark side to the number 4. So y'all know in my readings, I'm not teaching just la la land. I'm trying to help you to see both sides of some things, to learn how to fight back in the spiritual realm, right? The challenging side of the number 4, when it's out of alignment, is rigid, right? When you're energetically out of alignment, a rigid approach to life will appear. The fixed nature can get you stuck in a rut as you hang on to your opinions as if they mean more than the people around you. So being headstrong can also lead to arguments. A tendency to work long hours, which naturally suits you, may turn into overwork. So be careful about crossing the line when it comes to fulfilling tasks. So you get so rigid, you may become too serious, forgetting to lighten up and go with the flow, those kind of things. So somebody is almost like settling into becoming this bullied energy. Their symbol is the ram. I just had a great conversation with an Aries, by the way. I actually happen to really like high vibrating Aries because they rule first house. Because they are courageous, energetic, and pioneering, right? But a low vibrating Aries is impulsive, aggressive, and very impatient, right? But somebody is in a karmic cycle. You're in some kind of a karmic cycle, dealing with somebody where money doesn't come fast enough for somebody, and they're using you. Somebody is using you for money, and if you can't see it, you're gonna get played over and over and over again. You're gonna get played in all areas of your life. You're gonna get played in your friendships, your marriages. You're gonna just keep getting played, and always gonna be the one, the underdog. Like you're not gonna see it. Something is that you're not going to see it, right? So the Emperor card here is leadership, structure, and authority. You are being called to step confidently into your power this week. Set boundaries, create order, take command of what matters, right? An affirmation for you is, I lead my life with clarity, confidence, and unwavering strength. You got to be able to stand up to people. They're ruled by a fighting planet. They're ruled by Mars. That is the energy planet, the fighting planet. This is a zodiac sign you have to fight back, for real. And I'm not talking about in a physical sense. Basically, this is a story you have to stand up to them. This is a zodiac sign you have to straight up stand up to them, right? Anybody that oversteps a boundary, you have to stand up to them because you're a cardinal sign. Think about cardinal signs being like this. Think about it. And I have to add kind of like a visual for you all to see this. Cardinal signs initiate change of seasons. So think about like when spring is trying to come in, because they rule spring, right? When spring is trying to come in and winter is leaving, like you all rule winter, right? So when winter is leaving, y'all got to have that one last big snow, and spring is trying to come in, right? So it's that tug of war between spring and winter. So winter is like, no, I got to have one last big snow, right? I gotta have 10 feet of snow where people can't even come out the house. And spring is like, the heck you do. I gotta bring in spring, right? So what happens in between that is the rain, right? That rain, that inclement weather happens in between if you start to really, really kind of sort of notice. And so that could look like tears. It could look like showers. It could look like a parting, breaking apart something. It could look like something has broken up. Death, right? Scorpio rules death card. Something unhealthy and wounded could happen because something was said. Somebody, 8th house connects us with intimacy and shared possessions. Sometimes it looks like a breakup happens. If you're dealing with a low vibrating Aries that has not done the energy work, if they haven't done the energy work, if they haven't broken away from jealous friends who don't want to see them married, then that'll mess up your marriage. Okay? That'll tear your marriage up. If you could be friends with a high vibrating Aries, but if they connected some low vibrating friends that's hating on their marriage, that will mess your marriage up. I'm just trying to help somebody. If you are, because they're the first sign, right? And they're a fearless sign. I'm telling y'all, Aries is the bomb. Like, I know some people have had some horrible experiences with Aries. They're the first sign, but they are fearless, right? So if you want some people who are like, come on, let's go, let's do this, we can start this business, we can do that, we can do that. I speak very highly of them, but it's who sometimes they're connected with that they may not see it because they're so busy getting things done, making stuff happen. You know, shakers and movers and shakers, they're getting stuff done. But a lot of times it's who they're connected with. This is not absolving them of any responsibility, but if they're connected to the wrong people, that fire energy, and they don't, and that's that misplaced aggression, it can come out on other people. Sources like, this is where you got to get in there and master this structure and authority. You don't have to yell, scream, cuss people out, but get into prayer warrior mode. Master it. Get focused. You ain't trying to hear no comparison between them and somebody else. Stop the conversation. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. If you didn't talk about somebody been married so and so time, how many times have you been married? Until you can tell somebody about somebody else's relationship, I don't want to hear. Until yours is perfect, I don't want to hear about somebody else's. Until you got 4 kids by 4 different people, how you gonna talk about theirs? I can't come to you for expert advice if you talk about theirs. If y'all see what I'm saying. So source is saying, master you. Master you. Somebody sees that you're a hardworking person in everything that you do, and they're trying to link on to your, not to say that you're an angel out here. You could be. Somebody's trying to link on to you, your time, and your time is your money. They're trying to link on to that. Right? They're trying to link on to that. So what fuels you is dedication, mastery, refinement. So your motivation rises from your commitment to excellence. You are improving a skill, crafting a project, or fine-tuning a long-term goal. So progress feels slow but deeply rewarding. So an affirmation for you is, my discipline creates breakthroughs. Every effort elevates my success. So if you're trying to improve relationships with your parents, right? You may have to spend more time with this one, even if they're together or not. You may have to spend more time with this one, whether they're together or not. Don't listen to the outside noise. Whatever it is you're trying to master, get with it in the physical sense if you can. That's how you're going to be successful. You are an earth sign. Okay? You're trying to learn cards, spend 8 hours, at least a month, at least learning it. Put it on your calendar. But get away from people who have not mastered something. Get away from them. Just to start. You don't have to complain about somebody else's situation. But get away from the people who are complaining about somebody else's situation. When you turn a mirror back on them, they stuttering. Well, you don't understand my situation. My situation is different than theirs. Well, why are you complaining about somebody else's situation? You get the point? Source is trying to bring some good news into your life, but you're going to have to get into Emperor energy. That's why Source keeps putting fire energy around you, to show you that some people know how to use theirs and some people do not. Some people know how to use theirs and some people do not. So you want to meditate on some things. So you can carry, meditate with you, or place on your desk. Black tourmaline, that's for grounding plus protection. Garnet for passion, vitality, or life force. Tiger's eye for confidence, strategic thinking. And also smoky quartz for focus, emotional stress. And if you're a head of a household and somebody else is over there running your household, they ain't gonna last for long. Yeah, if your friends are running your household and your family is running your household, I can tell you that, right? It's not gonna last for long, unless you got somebody who need assistance breathing. That's not gonna last for long, or unless if something is not balanced out. You don't want a spouse who is running you, like, don't give you a chance to think, or they're telling you you're taking too long to process something. You're trying to master something. You're trying to master all areas of your life. You're trying to master your root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, and heart chakra. Okay? And of course the spirit, right? Your spirit. You're trying to master those things. You're trying to master self, so that you can complete cycles. I'm talking to men and women. I do see you being very, very successful at doing that. So somebody is going through a rebirth right now, because when you look around, you're just like, okay, I don't really see, somebody is saying, I don't really see a whole bunch of examples. And that's not like you are like judging people, because also what's hidden in the 8 is judgment. But guess what? Some parents for real need to apologize to their kids. And that's for real. They need to apologize to their kids. I didn't get it right. I apologize. That kind of thing. That's a humble parent. That's like, okay, they apologize. They try to do their best and they apologize. They do. Some parents really need to apologize. So it's time to release negativity. Yeah, you've been stung by something. Like somebody has been stung by, it's almost like somebody almost had to bully you. Like somebody, like brought a tower down on you. Somebody, it's like somebody had to, it's like somebody saw red or blood. Like somebody got blood on their hands, forcing you to do something. Like you weren't moving or thinking fast. I don't know who I'm talking to, but something is like this Scorpio and this Aries right here is tower. Like somebody had to like zzz, like sting you with something. Like threaten somebody or do something, to make you happy. Almost like a person was depressed or something. It's like we threatening to put you on some kind of medication, or we threatening to do something to you. And I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell you, I have a son. I'm going to say this publicly. I have a son, and if I found out somebody did something like that to him, I'm taking everybody to court involved in it. Every single person to court involved in it. Because that's not something I would sign off on. I would need to know what's going on. That's not something that I would even be involved in, because Scorpio is a death card. And people have... I heard this doctor, he was talking about how he lost his wife. He was on Instagram, and he was just talking about how tricky death is. But you don't even have to be a doctor, just a human being, right? But somebody has mastered playing this game, linking somebody to something for money. And having somebody walking around with a permanent smile on their face, for this person, oh, they depressed, for they this, for they that, mastering something. And you can't even cry. You can't be sad one day. Listen, I had a chiropractor one time, and we were talking about, and this chiropractor, I was asking him if he used, what kind of medication did he use, and he was talking about he doesn't use any kind of medication whatsoever. And he was talking to a patient. He had like one of the like really big open offices, and they were talking about gabapentin, right? And he was saying he would never put somebody on that. But he was explaining why he would never put somebody on that. And then you have some of these psych nurses on Instagram that's talking about certain medications they would never put people on. Y'all need to start paying attention to this kind of stuff. There are some people out here absolutely doing this kind of stuff for money. Yeah, your dreams need a practical plan. Somebody has a moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. I'm telling y'all, if I ever found out somebody did some mess like this to my son for money, when I tell you the level of structure and authority I would take against whoever. Yeah, a new romantic cycle begins for somebody. Knowing what I know, it would be a problem. It would be a serious problem. So I see a breakthrough for you all. I see a breakthrough for you all. You know, Capricorn, like I said, you're going to, just like you would put the amount of dedication you would if you went to school for certain things, you would put the dedication in and you see the reward after that. Source is trying to tell somebody, put the dedication into whatever it is that you want. You are not somebody else. You're not your mom. You're not your dad. You're not your grandparents. You're not learning the way that they learn. You learn the best way that you learn. You learn the best way that you learn. I see you being successful, whoever you are. So again, happy Monday. Happy Monday. And congratulations to the ones who won the pyrite stones. Don't forget to set your notifications to all. Don't forget to set your notifications to all. Candle colors for you all would be dark green. That's for prosperity, strong foundations. Gold is for success plus solar confidence. Black is for grounding, clarity, and protection. Herbs for you all would be rosemary. You can use it in teas, baths, or on an altar. Rosemary like you have here. For mental strength, purification, basil be for prosperity plus energetic alignment. And these are probably things that you have in your cabinet anyway. But a lot of people use them also in baths for like spiritual baths and things like that. Cinnamon is passion, motivation, and momentum. You probably sprinkle that in your teas or sprinkle cinnamon in your coffee. Pine, you know, for grounding plus ancestral support. Some of y'all getting a pine tree for Christmas if you celebrate that. It's right in your house, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you all. So yeah, so pool of light. So ocean of purest light. Time for regeneration and surrender. Yeah. Somebody is the Hierophant, meaning that you have an innate spiritual understanding of how to do things. You're returning to pure consciousness. You're closing out a cycle. You're learning how to close out cycles. Again, we have 8 major moon phases within one cycle, the 29.5 days. And so every 3.5 days within a cycle, somebody is committing to purging something. Whether you're purging watching television or purging social media or purging using profanity or purging drinking soda. Like if you drink soda, you may say, okay, every 3.5 days, I'm only going to drink water, right? Or I'm going to stay away from sugar. Or I'm going to stay away from, you know, something where, you know, I'm going to commit to eating healthier. I'm going to cook from home, or I'm going to save some money. I'm not ordering out. Somebody is learning how to purge. I mean, you start with something small, right? Starting with something that you say, I can do this. I can do this, right? I can do this. But stop being used as a pawn. Stop being used as a pawn so other people are benefiting from making all this money off of you, and get with some people who are really committed to helping you master something. Just a little bit at a time. So before you know it, you're like, okay, I've mastered this, I've mastered that, I've mastered this, and I've mastered that. Yeah. Aries just happens to be that zodiac sign. Like I said, I was laughing with one I was talking to recently, and this person was already putting their Christmas tree up. So shout out to them. You know who you are if you happen to be tuning into this. They already put their Christmas tree up. I was like, wow, very Aries of you, right? But that was a compliment to them. But yeah, so light crystals here. So communication with levels of light and divine signature. Yeah. You want to get with people who really, really want to pour into you and give you the time to process your thoughts in every area of your life. Every area, whoever you are, every area of your life. Not enabling you, right? But not rushing you either. Not competing and comparing for your time where they just benefit making money off of you because they can get a check in the mail for them while you still working somewhere, you know, sweat on your brow while they just collecting a check. Talking about they putting a check up for you somewhere. Yeah, here we have creation and sacral chakra. Yeah. Yeah, you be breaking some kind of generational cycle, chain, and curse. Learn how to recall all your energy so there's no fragments of you floating out there in the universe. No fragments of you floating out in the universe. All right? Something real simple that you can say is, I call back my energy from all people, places, dimensions, and things that do not serve my highest purpose without harm to anyone. Right? And you can also send back all energy that does not align with your highest timeline. And you can seal it, close it out with amen. So it is, however you close it out. All right? That's how you can call back your energy. But somebody needs to learn how to close back their energy with every encounter that you have. Every single encounter that you have. Learn how to protect your energy, because somebody is dealing with energies who know how hard you all work. Y'all have mastered, I'm telling y'all have mastered 10th house. You rule 10th house. Aries rules first house. So think of it in the clearest way possible. How is somebody going to come to your house and tell you how to run your house? If Capricorn rules 10th house, right? Master 10th house. Even if your zodiac sign is not Capricorn in 10th house, master 10th house. Okay? 10th house is career and vocation. So when somebody tries to tell you what your career and your calling is in your life, you can come right back with structure and authority. Nope, I rule 10th house. This is what my career is and my vocation. This is what I was called to do. I know it from top to bottom. I was called to do this. Master it. Master it. Family is important to earth signs, but I have mastered my career and my vocation. I have mastered it. Go master your house. Go master your house. They rule first house. Tell them to go master their house. A Leo could be involved in something as well, because they rule by the sun, right? And so a light is shining on something. A light is shining on something. You're learning that, and you're having conversations. You're getting out in that sunlight even more. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 is you're inspired to say, okay, I need to master getting structured and authoritative. I am a leader. I am a leader. Somebody's not going to be forcing me to think extra fast, process extra fast. All right, that is what I have for you. Again, happy Motivational Monday. And so somebody is definitely learning how to speak up. Here we have, like I said, a new romantic cycle begins. And I see balance, healthy work-life balance here for you all. But yeah, you're learning how to release negativity. You're learning how to release negativity, right? So in all forms. All right, that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. And I will see you all in the next video. But yeah, somebody is definitely going through a rebirth, and that's what the somebody's definitely going through a rebirth. And love will do it. Operating from a spirit of love will do it. You'll know, everybody. Just like that Dr. Maya Angelou quote said, you know, people never forget how you make them feel. Yeah, good or bad, you never forget. Yeah. Anger. You saw some kind of anger, some kind of rage come out of somebody. You saw some kind of rage come out of somebody that said that they love you. Somebody got somebody caught up in a sting or something. You saw some kind of rage come out of somebody, and just what they're capable of doing, getting people caught up in stings or something. You saw a bully come out of somebody, and they like to get people caught up in stings. And somebody saying that they love you. Yeah, okay. They can play games if they want to. Here we have Goddess of the South. Yeah. That's what I have for you. That is what I have for you. So somebody got anger issues, huh? Well, time to start praying. Source can calm all of that down. The Creator can calm all of that down. But remember, like I said, remember, that's just an emotion. It's what you do with it, right? Some people get structured and authoritative, right? Meaning that they go right into prayer warrior mode, right? We're not talking about, I don't condone violence on my channel in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Yeah, here we have inner power. Yep. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. That's what Source is trying to tell somebody. Somebody is dealing with a Leo with anger issues, who likes to get people caught up in a sting and say that they love you. Yeah, somebody dealing with Aries, a Leo, who like to connect people. Somebody likes to make fast money, whoever this is. Somebody likes to be around bullies. They like to bully people into somebody whoever this is. This is a Taurus involved here, a Scorpio involved here. It's a Leo, an Aries involved here. So somebody is like covered on all four sides with these energies, but they don't know how to they don't know how to vibrate on a high frequency. You're dealing with 4 low vibrational energies. Somebody who's impulsive, aggressive, impatient. Someone who is jealous, secretive, and obsessive. You're dealing with someone who is arrogant, stubborn, and domineering. You're dealing with somebody who is indecisive and a people pleaser and avoidant. I mean, what in the world? That's what somebody is dealing with. Somebody's also dealing with somebody who's an escapist, somebody who is overly idealistic and vague. What in the world? Wow. All right, Capricorns. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to go into prayer warrior mode, because death has something to do with it. Somebody could be really trying to process. It's like somebody caught somebody at a very low place, and that's horrible that somebody would pray. This is what this whole beaver moon is about. It's protecting yourself from predators, right? Is people preying on people when something has ended, whether you're grieving from a death, like a physical death of a person, which is normal. Like people grieve, like people go through their emotions of grief, and some people capitalize off of that, making money. Like we heard about, who was it? I want to say it was Wendy Williams. We just heard about it online where they were saying that she had dementia or something like that, only to find out a doctor said she was misdiagnosed and messed up her money and all of this stuff. We saw it on social media, playing all these silly games that we heard about on social media. Somebody assigned some kind of a guardianship craziness, only to find out she was misdiagnosed or whatever they put on social media, right? But Source is trying to help somebody to see that people will come in when they will see that you work hard, you're making your money, and try to secretly attach themselves to your money by any means necessary. So this is why you want to connect yourself with people who don't want any money from you. Y'all gonna have to learn how to attach yourselves to people who don't want any money from you. Nothing. Forget this is my friend, this is my family, this is my this and that. Y'all, Capricorn, if y'all don't hear anything else, you're going to have to attach yourself. Y'all are going to have to be the sign that's going to have to attach yourselves to people who don't want money from you. For real. Some people going to have to prove to you they got their own this, their own that. Y'all going to have to be that sign. Man and woman. They're going to have to prove to themselves they don't want money from you. We're not talking about being stingy. So start packing your new dream home is loading. We ain't talking about being stingy with your money. You know, you can buy, but that people cannot, because money is not everything. But y'all gonna have to come in and really start thinking, okay, if this person all they want from me is what can you buy me? I would say this to any zodiac sign. If what can you buy me? Oh no. You gotta go. I would say this to a man or a woman. What can you buy me? What? That's like saying a man saying to a woman, when can we sleep together? If you don't go somewhere with that craziness. Like when can we, when can we move in? When can we move in together? You need to go have several seats. Gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Yeah. So you're trying to master something. Somebody wants something long term and you're trying to master something. So yeah, anger is an emotion, but it's like what you do with it. But somebody ready to set a whole house on fire. Somebody just, when they get mad, their hair starts, their scalp starts smoking. And it's not because they're going through some kind of medical condition. They just lose it. Like, what the heck? Those are people you need to be like, oh, I need to get away from you. You something, you changing into something else. You morphing into a different being, a different entity. Oh my God. I don't want to be around somebody who don't know how to control their anger. Nope. I see it one time, I'm out the door. I'm gone. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. New love awaits. Somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. See? Yep. Somebody's in a crisis. Yep. Blocked. Pray and meditate. Your next love interest will make you happy. Yep. Don't forget that rest is a form of self-care. Your ancestors have a message. Somebody's a druid, a kind of malevolent, nocturnal, a spirit associated with nightmares. Your peace is paramount. One yes from God is all you need. Yeah, prepare for an increase in pay. Throat chakra cleanse. Things are starting to flow to you like water. Why? Because you got time to think. That's why. So close out the cycle in love. Child, please. I'm telling y'all, man or a woman, I'm telling you, I don't condone violence. If a person cannot control their anger, you know, people cuss people out all the time, but like you ready to throw hands on somebody? Nah, you gotta go. Nope. You have got to go. You even look like you're gonna put your hands on me. I'm out. See you. That is what I have for you all. Call back your energy from all people, places, and dimensions and things that don't serve your highest purpose without harm to anyone, okay? I'll see you all in the next video. All right? Bye.